Hello, this is Paul CHEK. I'm very excited to welcome all of you to my new CHEK 4-Quadrant Coaching Mastery Program. There has been some confusion about the title. I had previously titled it CHEK Holistic Coach Mastery or CHEK Holistic Coaching Mastery, and many of my students thought it was the same material that they'd already studied in the CHEK Holistic Lifestyle Coaching Program, but it is not. So, it is now CHEK 4-Quadrant Coaching Mastery. The 4 quadrants represent the personal interior, the personal exterior, the collective interior or culture, and the collective exterior, which relates to systems, instruments, processes, tools, and things that we use to navigate and to live and to function that are, shall we say, objects. The program looks at 3 characteristics of life. I, that part of you that is yourself, your interior and your exterior. We, the lower left quadrant of the 4-quadrant model, which is family, friends, tribe, society, culture. And it, anything in the lower right quadrant is an it. The building is an it. The airplane is an it. The phone is an it. The network system is an it. So all the things we use are its. So as Ken Wilber classifies the 4-quadrant model into a 3 model, I, what do you need to know about yourself? What needs to be healed in yourself to become a truly masterful coach? We, what do we need to know about ourselves in relationship to other and about relationships? And all, what do we need to understand about this 4-quadrant approach that is relevant to coaching any individual or managing ourselves effectively, because no one quadrant, the personal interior, personal exterior, collective interior, or collective exterior, exists without the other quadrants, which is why this program is truly holistic. Now, for those of you that are already my students, for many, many years, I have wanted to put a program like this together, but could not teach this specific material in a holistic lifestyle coaching course because the magnitude of the information I have to teach about how to manage diet and lifestyle factors effectively is so great that I couldn't do anything but just touch on some of the coaching principles and practices. I have found over and over again that your ability to coach people is as important as the knowledge you have. So if we don't have the skills to help people learn the objectives that I share in this program, which is the most comprehensive program I've ever designed and shares more of my actual coaching practice that I use on a daily basis than any program I've ever put together, even CHEK Level 4, which is 4 years of training. So this program is very, very unique in that it is a process that you learn that is applicable to any client. It takes you through all the things that you need to know to do a complete assessment, design an effective coaching program, and progressively coach someone to meeting those objectives. The program that I'm sharing with you now is applicable not just to people with health challenges. It can be used for athletes. It can be used for business coaching. It can be used for any environment where you are working with other people to help them accomplish specific objectives, and teaches you everything you need to know about what can block that person. I have worked with many professional athletes who had problems that related to their family or to their finances or to their beliefs in God and many other things that were causing them problems in their performance in their sport and leading to all sorts of hormonal imbalances as a stress response that people kept treating medically without actually getting to the root cause of the problem. This program teaches you how to get to the actual root challenges and address them right where they need the most support, the most knowledge, and the most guidance, i.e. in the transition process. Many of us are aware how challenging change can be. So, some of the unique features or learning objectives that I have developed for you, and there will be another video following this one because there's a lot in this program. It is a very comprehensive, very complete program, and is designed to take you, the student, through your own healing process so you can truly learn about yourself, and through your own authentic mastery, easily and efficiently guide others and have real empathy and compassion for them. Because when we go through the change process ourselves, we know how challenging it can be and how important support can be. So let me share with you just a few of the learning objectives that I will cover in this course. In the 4-day workshop, you will get the online course in full. And when you come to the 4-day workshop, you also get the online course in full as part of your tuition. The 4-day workshop is where you will get to have me there guiding you through the personal learning experiences and stages that we have to go through, and steps so that you understand them in a very practical format. So when you walk out, you'll have the experience of my support and my direction, and then you can go back to the online course and learn a lot more about some of the theory and concepts. But those are things you can learn without me. My goal is to take this 4 days with you and give you the best, most intensive, most practical training I could possibly give you. Then you can go back and study shall we say, the bulk of it. But I'll give you what only I can give you when I'm with you. So let's look at a few learning objectives for this very exciting, very powerful program. I'm the most excited I've ever been because I feel like I'm offering the world life-changing, life-transforming information that we must have, because no matter how smart we are, we can't make effective changes in our life unless we understand the change process and understand how to identify what it is inside of us that's blocking us from making changes and embracing opportunities. Which brings me to the subtitle of the program: Transforming Pain into Meaning and Challenges into Opportunities. That is what a CHEK 4 Quadrant coach is all about. So no matter who you are, we're here as CHEK 4 Quadrant coaches to help transform pain into something meaningful. How do you learn from it and grow from it so you don't keep doing the same thing over and over again and hurting yourself and maybe hurting others in relationships? And then how do we take challenges that seem so limiting and stressful and even scary and turn those into opportunities? We do it by understanding how consciousness works, by learning how to dream effectively, how to plan effectively, and how to look carefully at what we call the shadow, the parts of ourselves that we're unconscious of, that often are making choices for us that the conscious parts of us don't like, but usually think it's someone else's fault. So this is a very, very important program for your own personal and spiritual growth. And I've tried all this and used this in my daily practice, and I wouldn't share it if I didn't feel 100% confident that it works really well. Let's finish with a few exciting learning objectives. We're going to look at the 10 characteristics of an effective coach. What are the 10 key things that a coach has to embody to really reach their potential as a coach? We're going to learn how to prepare yourself to coach effectively. What could you do if you came to work in a rush, stressed out, but had a complex client you need to work with? What could you do in 5, 6, or 10 minutes to center yourself and clean all that stress out of yourself and be ready to be fully present with this person who has come to you as their trusted guide, their guardian angel, so to speak? We're going to learn simple and effective mental emotional techniques that you naturally will be able to use for yourself in practice, and then transfer that wisdom to other people so they can manage their own mental emotional energies, which is very important in any change process. We're going to learn the anatomy of the psyche. This is one of my favorite parts of the course, because when you understand how the human, shall we say, subtle energies, the parts of you that thinks and feels emotions and reacts to situations and is conscious, and the parts that are unconscious, and the parts of you that relate to other people, such as your family, then all the things start to fall into focus for us. We realize why people behave the way they do. We realize that maybe they've gotten help from a drug addiction counselor, but they've been focusing on telling them what they can't do instead of helping them find a dream bigger than their nightmare. And so once we learn how the anatomy of the psyche works, it's like a whole world opens up to us. Just like when someone goes to medical school or physical therapy or chiropractic or osteopathic school, they may have had some concepts in their head, but once they know how the whole body works, the digestive system works, the nervous system, and the hormonal system, and the musculoskeletal system works, it's like now a whole new world of understanding and opportunity opens up. So knowing the anatomy and the function of the psyche and how the components interact opens your coaching toolbox like you've never even imagined and makes you a much more powerful, much more focused coach. I know it's been tremendous for me to have the joy of studying the anatomy of the psyche like I had when I was a younger man studying the anatomy and physiology of the human body, which was so exciting and still is. We're going to master the change process. How do we guide people through the change process and do things like creating rainbow bridges to help them get away from addictions or bad habits? How do we turn habits into creative opportunities or opportunities to express creativity? And we're going to look at how do you design a coaching plan. Once you assess all this material, how do you set it up so you can take a person in logical, rational steps, manageable steps to get them from where they're at to where they choose to be living dream affirmatively. We're going to look at the science of designing process goals, helping people in a process, and outcome goals, getting them to their destination. And I'm going to teach you my highly effective CHEK 1-4-100 formula for applying the science of change. And I think you'll be amazed at how simple it is. And when you understand how to coach people, and you don't have this urgency to try to fix things, but you work with people in process, your life as a coach becomes much more enjoyable. And we're going to learn the CHEK 1-2-3-4 formula. Now, those of you who are holistic lifestyle coaches will know the concept of the 1-2-3-4 formula very well. But when you look at this from a broader context, if you're a nurse, a psychologist, a chiropractor, an osteopath, a sports coach, like a boxing coach, a football coach, a baseball coach, if you're a dance and movement educator, when you understand the power of the 1-2-3-4 formula and how it, just like the 4-quadrant formula, encapsulates how we process energy and how we live and organize our energies, you'll see it is a broadly applicable formula that works for anyone because it deals with the things we all have to deal with in our daily life to accomplish anything. And if we don't look at each component of that formula, we leave the door wide open for more challenges in our life, most of them which are unconscious, so we keep running around trying to figure out how are we going to fix this problem. So now that sounds like a lot, but that is just a little bit of it. This is a rock and roll, get ready to be a super skilled, super educated coach that can help people in any walk of life achieve their dreams. I look forward to sharing with you more in my next video clip where I cover some more of the learning objectives that the course offers you. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you soon. I'm Paul CHEK.